So the news that's been making waves in Ghana here currently is about the health sector, whereby a Ridge Hospital nurse has allegedly been assaulted by a patient's relatives. Now, the patient relative is someone that is quite popular in Ghana here, that is called Ralph St. Williams. He's a social activist. Now, this issue has led to a lot of updates, which it has even involved with a bit of altercation between the Nurses Association of Ghana and the Minister of Health in Ghana here. But then outside of that, there's been a lot of twists and turns with regards to this issue. And there is a new twist to this issue that I would like us to go into it. Now, the current issue that has come up is the nurse in question has sued Ralph St. Williams. One, for defamation and also for battery. Okay. Now, I am not a legal person, but then I've read around the battery and it's something in relation to assault. I mean, it's supposed to be an assault case. I mean, originally that's what we were talking about on the media, that is an assault. But then right now, as it's moved into the legal field, Charlie, it can go something else. They say battery. Me, then I figure see battery there. Then it be the one with the fix for watch inside, or battery, the normal battery they use. But then it be Charlie, every day we learn. I can't realize there's something called a battery in legal terms. So I would like us to go into it so that we are all on the same page with regards to what it means by battery. That's a more legal term. So let's go into it. Let's read something here. Now, I'm reading this from Google Straight, and they say, in law, battery refers to the intentional application of unlawful force or contact against another person. Okay? It's a form of assault, specifically involving physical contact that can be either harmful or offensive. The key element is the unlawful and intentional application of force. Wow. Not necessarily the extent of the harm caused. Okay. So, the nurse here might have an issue looking at what Google is telling us here. I mean, initially, most of us that are lay people that had no knowledge about legalities thought that there's no way this is going to be a big case. But if this is anything to go by, then definitely the nurse has an issue. If there's any form of physical contact that was established between Ralph and the lady, it was more like a forced kind of contact, then it means that in a certain sense the nurse has an issue. So that's the legalities, and Charlie, a little bit lawyer, but I mean, for us to be on the same page so that we know what is actually happening. So she actually sued Ralph for battery and defamation. For the battery is 5 million Ghana cedis. That's a lot of money. And then for defamation is 2 million Ghana cedis. Now, the defamation is because she felt like Ralph actually spoke on the media and telling everyone that she's a liar.
Honest. And the lady, no saying in Semebubu, and my with that dislocation of shoulder, and one
not giving the lady a good reputation in the sight of her profession, because now he becomes someone that is not truthful. He's not someone that is trustworthy to deal with. And also with regards to the assault or battery, it is said that because of this assault, she sustained some injuries, so she will not be able to go to work, which in other terms is impeding with her professional duties. So this is what is happening with regards to the lawsuit that is currently on the table with regards to this whole brouhaha with Ridge Hospital and the Ralph St. Williams issue. Now, this issue itself is a very delicate one, because at the end of the day, it's I believe that we are all trying to make sure that we have a more effective health sector. Charlie, this issue is a whole lot, but at the end of the day, it's all about us finding ways to actually make sure that our health sector is in good shape, because right now this issue has brought a lot of division. When you go online, most people are actually complaining about the fact that there's a lot of negligence at most of our major hospitals. Okay, some people have lost lives of their family and friends, and it's not like people are targeting the health workers, but it's like most people are complaining about it. Almost everybody that have conversation about this issue who is not health personnel complains about the fact that they've experienced some level of negligence with regards to these hospitals. So I believe that there's work to be done with in relation to that. In as much as it's a big issue that we are all trying to, see the new updates and what's actually happening with regards to the law and everything. I believe that the main issue is now there's a bit of negligence. Well, that's what most people are talking about, and it can't just be like, Charlie, people just gathered and decided to lie on a specific sector. No, I think that it's based on people's experience. Personally, I've experienced something similar in my family, so it's not like they are saying. I've also had a certain experience in relation to that. So right now we understand, because I've also spoken to some health workers, and they've also addressed their concern in relation to the fact that sometimes the workload is too much. So by the time you go bring your word or emergency will come, then somebody already did and they take care of them. So it's like every day, Charlie, they are just stressed. Or the workload, the workers there, and then the job they are doing, be easy for them. And when you come, they can't just put, somebody on hold, because health issues, how it is. Sometimes with a little lack of focus, you might end up losing someone. So sometimes they just don't have any other option but to manage the situation the best way they believe that it's right. So from their perspective, that's what they are saying. So now the issue has become us against them. That the health workers and the citizens, or most people that are actually, they are on the receiving end of these health sectors, right? And I believe that shouldn't be the case, because we are all trying to find a way to make sure that we live in a better country, right? And with issue of health, it's very delicate, because in as much as we pray that nothing happens to us, we pray for the best, but sometimes life happens, and you never know when it will happen. We pray that it never happens though, but it's life happens. So when this issue comes up, I believe that let's find a way. What do they need? Is there more work? Is there ways that you can actually provide them with workers? Like, are there people that we can, at least put on some kind of a role to help them in terms of to make their work a bit easy, so that at least if there is an emergency, this issue of negligence will be an issue. Is it possible? Charlie, busy. Ghana here and guys and a boy. If you live in this country, they talk something safe. You don't get I dey talk, but I don't see go happen. I just dey talk, because some of these things you go talk, then the issue go die. Then you go see you will still go along with the same issue. That's Charlie, the negligence is because people are losing their family members, and when you take your family member to the hospital and then some of these things happens, Charlie, it really touches you in a certain way. And then if you are not careful, you might end up doing certain things that are not appropriate, like the way Ralph is doing. So I believe that maybe the hospital is actually doing something. All of these things, legalities that has come through, is also to protect the integrity of the hospital, and also to put a form of defense mechanism a way to not inspire other people to take the same route Ralph is taking. Because imagine if we have people walking there and then a little bit of disagreement goes on in the hospital, they do some of these things, Charlie, then eventually the health personnel might not even be able to go to the hospital there, because they will feel like they are not secured. Their security will be at risk. So I believe that around these things and everything that's happening, they are also doing certain things, or they are finding ways to create certain kind of narrative that it will discourage other people that intend to do something similar to what Ralph and his friends did, which, well, fair due. But then again, the issue remains that sometimes people have complaints that there's a bit of negligence on their side, and we beg them that, Charlie, it's human life. Sometimes we know that the work there be plenty, but Charlie, we are Ghanaians, and we also deserve to have some level of service when it comes to health, because Charlie, most people pay their taxes and everything. So some of these things, when it happens the way it happens, it becomes a problem. So that's what is happening with regards to the lawsuit against Ralph St. Williams in relation to the Rich Hospital and the nurses assault case. Well, then again, what I'll end with is the fact that the girl's legal counsel has actually they are expecting certain things to be done with regards to Ralph in relation to the lady, and one of it is they expect that a public apology and retraction of defamatory statements in the same medium with equal prominence. So it means that Ralph has to actually speak on camera like he did to, sort of retract his statement, and then Charlie, so that the defamation side will be rectified. And then also a perpetual injunction preventing Williams from making further defamatory remarks. Okay. A 50-meter restraining order against Williams. Okay. And then we have legal costs and any other reliefs deemed appropriate by the courts. Defendant has been ordered to enter an appearance within 8 days of service or face a default judgment. Okay, so within 8 days, if Ralph doesn't attend to the call of the court, he will be in big trouble. Okay, so then meanwhile, health minister. Okay, so that's what the legal counsel of the lady are expecting the judiciary to actually, this is the action that they're expecting the judiciary to take in relation to their lawsuit against Ralph. Charlie, that's the update with regards to the Rich Hospital and the Ralph issue. It's always nice to be with you here, and then Charlie, you need to stay tuned because we have more activities and more content, entertaining, educative, name it, coming up. The name remains Donald, not Trump. I'll see you on the other side. Peace.